Good morning from Abuja, the capital city of the nation.
My brothers, my sisters, if I look on our social time, don't they give us signal to do it in signal, make we continue to the van, not they go.
Cities were built on dreams of opportunity, movement, and freedom. But today, those dreams feel like high walls, especially for the youth trying to make a life in them.
Woke up one Sunday morning, told my daddy I'm leaving home. Going off to the city tomorrow, even though I don't know where to go. Daddy says, son, don't be a fool, 'cause life in the city is unbelievable. You could get broken, oh, you're just a little boy, and you may never find your way. And I said, I know I could get lost, I know I could get broken.
As a young person living in the modern city of Abuja, it's quite challenging, like in all ramifications, in the sense that from accommodation, transportation, the cost of living, and also relationship-wise too, man, like it's not easy. So you see, like everything is a bit on the high side. For accommodation as a young person, like if you go for a self-contained and you're talking about like $1 million plus, most especially when you want to stay where like there is a bit of civilization. You see Abuja, you see Lagos as some part of Port Harcourt. It is quite obvious that it's designed not for the poor, and it's quite obvious that it's designed not for even the upcoming, and it's quite obvious that it's designed for if you don't have connection, if you don't have anybody that will put you up there, it is not designed for you.
Abuja, alright, the big man city, house rents are not very easy to come by. Like in town here, you can be getting a self-con for like 700 to 1.something million. And let's say now they're paying you 100,000 or 120. How do you intend to pay for the house rent? So most people, either there are some people that have their houses already built down there in Gwagwalada, and there are people that are just trying to start life, and that's where they can actually afford the house rent. So for me, I actually stays there because that is where I can actually pay for now.
Abuja is designed for those that have made it already. You have made it already, so come to Abuja to spend your money. As you can see, real estate store, you can't see any house in a real estate that they sell house for 50 million or 20 million. Definitely, you see houses of from 200 million upward, 300 million upward. For a common man, let me expect that man to get that kind of money. So definitely, it is not meant for people that are upcoming.
Here in Daikibu, Abuja Daikibu, according to our road, you can see the road is bad. Our houses are very expensive. Imagine say you dey stay for 1 bedroom flat na 700,000. No standard 1 bedroom flat, PVC, no dining, 700,000. Gutters everywhere, person front of us na passage, na road. It doesn't make sense. Please, anyhow, make a try for us. Make dem reduce the accommodation amount, the house rent is more. You are a finished person. You dey think of how to chop, you dey think of how to come dey pay house rent. Now you know if you waka for your own street. It don't make sense. You are suffering, you are really suffering. You understand? It doesn't make sense when you wake up in the morning, like you want to go out and brush your teeth, then you turn, you see shit for gutter. It don't make sense. Maybe say your own shit to another person's shit.
Let me not put it in the city alone. Let me put it in Nigeria in general. In Nigeria in general, I don't think currently that there's a plan for the youth. Because if there is, millions of youths that we have now currently will not be jobless. We have more than 50,000 core members currently now as we speak. That I can categorically tell you that 70% of them don't know where they will position themselves after NYSC. They don't even know the next thing for their life because there is no plan for the youth. There is no plan for we the citizen. So the same thing applicable to all the states. If Abuja is designed for that, that means that it's going to be job employment. That means it's going to be easy for a common man to even stay and be comfortable. So, to tell you the fact, Nigerian as a whole does not have plan and it's not comfortable for a common man to stay now. Because talking about the present situation, talking about the current economy, it is not even okay for a man. In fact, I can categorically tell you that a common man cannot fit.
If government won't look into this matter about housing stuff, about demolition.
So if it's within Abuja, demolition can come at any time.
So before you demolish any place for Abuja like this, at least once give them notice. Nothing like say you just come one day, just carry caterpillar come demolish everywhere. No, at least there must be a notice before you demolish anybody's house. And if you are demolishing, you must compensate anybody before demolition. You understand? You must compensate them before demolition, and there must be notice.
They don't just come overnight or they don't just come in the morning and say want to demolish. You have to give notification that okay, who should leave this place for some reasons. So if demolition eventually visit Day, there are other places close to Day that I can stay. I once heard that demolition should be coming here in Daikibi. If demolition come now, where won't go. As for me, if money day with this Abuja, if money no day, I'll go back to Port Harcourt because I'm a Port Harcourt boy normally, Port lifestyle. So for others, I don't know for others. That's why we really need help. We need guys help so that we feel day here or we feel live for here. At least with the help of the government. So I think we can maybe say people can't come up from here, people can't run when the demolition don't come. Very sure they come every time. The other place, you came instead of the other place. Very sweet to come to this area, but with the help of the government, they feel help us. We see where they survive. They get our small choppings. So please, we need the help of the government so that the youth can survive, the upcoming youth can survive, can make it, can be able to afford what to eat.
Right now, I'm passing through a lot. Like, I don't have any source of income. I'm just trying to, I'm a young man trying to figure myself out, try to figure something that will help my life. And now, I don't have anywhere to go to. If they demolish, maybe this could be the reason why I will go back to my village.
This is not just a story about cities. It's a story about access to who gets to live, move, and thrive in them. Who gets left behind?
The houses are quite expensive. To be honest, you cannot afford money now to even rent safe corn. Safe corn is almost about 600, 700,000. So, like for me, I cannot afford money to rent for safe corn.
House matter they very costly for the other side. Meanwhile, I don't look for house before normally for other side. The place I don't look for house before now Jabi. I don't look for house for Jabi. I don't look for house for the other one. But we don't say house cost for that side. The house, the money they put for house these days, should be very expensive. You understand? So that is why I come this place, come look for house. They are cheap and affordable. You understand? And the area again, they're very accommodating. And for people to enter town again, they're close to town.
Affordable housing remains a distant dream. Young people are priced out, pushed out, or packed into overcrowded spaces.
Based on the cost of living now and with my earning, what I'm earning weekly or monthly, I can't afford even a room in Bogota for now. Yes. But I believe as time goes on, I will be able to someday. First of all, Day is quite far from town. Yes. So I had to go to Day because I can get the standard of house that I want at a cheaper rate. That's why I prefer Day. But normally Day is not it's not the kind of place I want. I'm not satisfied with the environment.
So as a young boy, you just stay for a place where we say water dey because you know if you just wake up where we say we will find hot water up and down. So you just stay for where we say water dey and toilet dey inside your house, everything dey inside, light dey.
Most of people in Gwagwalada is low. Not everybody wants to go to Gwagwalada because the distance from Gwagwalada to town is actually very 45 minutes.
I can't live there forever. I'm expecting to go far in life, to leave this place eventually, maybe one day. at least I can live here to some other place that is better. Maybe a place like Matama, Sokoro.
Based on my earnings now, my earnings is not an issue for me. I go for what I can afford. A safer of 250 is what I can afford now.
In the city, mobility means access, but for many young Nigerians, movement is a daily battle.
Okay, the cost of transportation in Abuja is exorbitant, it's too expensive. Every morning from my area to my junction, I pay 500 naira. From my junction to the city center, like either area 1 or in Bega, we pay sometimes on a good day they collect 500 naira. On a sad day they collect up to 1,000 naira. Some days 700, some days 800. Then a drop within the city center we pay almost 300 naira. In any drop, it doesn't matter the distance. Now you can see that an average Nigerian youth will earn 100, 120, 150k, and you pay every day to and fro 3,000 naira or 3,500 naira every day for transportation. What will such a youth save up at the end of the month? You can see that there's nothing, because then talk about food, talk about housing, talk about clothing, talk about other little essentials. Things are just getting too expensive for the Nigerian youth.
Transportation, everything has been on the rise ever since subsidy was removed. And then where I go for 100 naira before, I'm paying at least 500 to go there. And most of us work in corporate firms. Hence, we are expected to go to work every day. It's quite challenging. Like that's all I can say about it. Really challenging and tasking. So you have to actually multitask, in the sense that you have to tend to 2 or more jobs, which is quite, it's exhausting and distracting at the same time. So yeah, tough.
Unlike normal transport that we enter to Wawalada 1,500, this actually collects 500 naira, which will help you to economize your salary or the income you are getting. But of recent, I started noticing that the bus we usually enter, most of them were usually very stuffy, to the point like they want to carry the whole crowd, because there were no plenty buses going to Wawalada. And the other time, someone actually fainted in the bus. So you see the reason why we do not want it to be stuffy. But about the bus, it's really helping many of us that are trying to curtail how much they spend on transportation.
Time that I used to go to Maraba from here to Maraba was 300, 250. But now, before you move to Maraba, you have to spend like 800, 900. So these are very, very expensive here in city. These are hard. So, but I just keep trying to enjoy it.
Very easy, because this business I carry on my head. Let's say from Nyanya Bandara to Bega here is 1,000 naira. Going back, the same 1,000 naira. So how much I get from inside, and should I have to eat? So I don't have to sit one place.
I'm talking about the time you spend on the road. Normally, from Wawada to town, if it's a straight transport, should take you like 1 hour or 1 hour plus. So bringing more buses and helping us tell the people, coordinating it to allow us to be free in the bus, let it not be too stuffy.
In a city that never stops growing, basic public services struggle to keep up. For young people, the system feels broken.
The government is supposed, at least it's supposed to be a body. ABCS, they regulate the house, the renting of house in Abuja, because the rent for house I use for this Abuja is too high. So there must be a body. ABC, they regulate, they checkmate everything. The landlord, how they take money for house. So everything will be in accord. So now I feel just talk with that about what the government will do for Abuja.
Insecurity in the sense that if I'm going back home today, I have to be watchful of the car that I'm entering, the car I'm boarding, the taxi I'm boarding, because I could even be whisked away. There's this phenomenon here called one chance. It sounds like a myth until it happens to you, whereby you are able to go home and then you find yourself in a vehicle together with people that have evil intent, and their goal is to extort you of your valuable possessions, or even kidnap you. So, like, if the city was planned for me, I feel as a worker, like, provisions will have been made that will enable me to get to work faster and more reliable, and my safety, my comfort too, to get to work every day. But these were not made. I would have suggested, okay, if there is a way whereby we could have these subway systems, of which we usually see in developed countries, whereby most of the cities on the ground, like transportation and the rest, you board your trains inside the ground, you go come up from another side, go to your work. It's closer and faster, but you now have a lot of cars, like there's a lot of hold up, especially if you're staying in the outskirts, to sort of like minimize how much you spend on accommodation. You will really find it tough.
We already pray Nigeria will better till today. So really our big men, they benefit for themselves. They don't care for we poor people. So we thank God for everything because we get life.
From peer groups towards the government aspects, like they'll tell you they don't have any business to do with government. They don't care about the government because it's so good that the government don't care about them too. Yes, so just don't care about the government. They only do things that will help them grow, help them develop their life standard they want. That's just it.
Before I start first, allow me to carry this market waka. I have to pay them 5,000 naira. That is last week Friday. To start first, they don't give me any receipt. And every day some of them, they know they are aware of the 5,000. If they see me, they will seize my load. They say they will seize my tire. So they will seize. They will collect 1,000 naira from you. And the gain are just little thing. It's not as if I have a place to sit, but they collect 5,000 naira from me. And every day I pay 200 naira for me to set the market up down.
Okay, I feel if our leaders have a change of heart, a lot of things will be different for us here. Like, bro, we are really meant to be balling, like as Nigerians, because we are a very rich country. You might not be seeing it. It's because most people pocket like these resources. But if our leaders have a change of heart, you guys will see a lot of development in terms of infrastructure, education, standard of living, and a lot of stuff. Like, we have all it takes. Funny enough, like, Africa exports a lot of stuff out there that they do refine and bring back to us. We have a lot of stuff that we can use to make this place like a living heaven for us. But that's only if our leaders will have a change of heart. Like, no, we've been corrupt since even before independence. So I don't know why they are still corrupt and stuff.
We build cities for cars and not people, for profit and not community. And this is why young persons are invincible in city planning. And we need to change this narrative. We need to roll back the wheel and become more intentional, more deliberate about how our cities are urbanizing. We need to be very conscious about how we exclude our young persons from city planning, because at the end of the day, when we do not build decent and affordable housing that young persons can afford, what we then do is that we push them into slum communities or into squalor communities where their lives are not dignified, where they are locked in poverty. And we need to change this narrative.
Nigeria is urbanizing fast, but is it urbanizing fairly? From reclaiming streets to redesigning policies, young people are refusing to be shut out. They're building solutions, one block at a time. The question isn't whether cities will grow. The question is, will they grow with young people in mind? Because a city that locks out its youth locks out its own future.